Hello, now not many people know this, but Kidwelly in Carmarthenshire is home to Wales's oldest canal, this wonderful castle, a nature reserve and numerous sites of special interest. Put simply, it's an amazing place to go walking. Now we start today at the castle and this is where we'll end our walk later on. So croeso, welcome to Kidwelly and Mynydd y Garreg. There are many different spellings and meanings attached to the origin of the name Kidwelly, but what is certain is that the town itself was established around 1115 AD, and the focal point of the town is the castle, as imposing and as impressive as any of the great medieval castles of Wales. It's a prime example of 13th century design with one circuit of defensive wall set within another to allow the castle to be held, even if the outer wall should fall, and it attracts thousands of visitors each year from all around the world. Even though much of the old town was destroyed during the rebellion led by Owain Glyndŵr, the castle held out against this attack, and it's a perfect place to start this walk. It's a Norman castle which overlooks the River Gwenraith and the town of Kidwelly and was originally built to keep the Welsh out. It was also used as a location for the film Monty Python and the Holy Grail, believe it or not. Now it's well preserved, well managed by Cadw, and of course, like all the other castles in Carmarthenshire, it's well worth a visit. Walk towards the town centre, through the outer walls of the castle, and head for St Mary's Church, again an imposing presence in the town with a rich history all of its own. The walk is well signposted in both Welsh and English, and pretty soon you'll be following the signs to the Old Quay and the oldest canal in Wales. When you reach the recently redeveloped quay with its stunning views, the walk joins the Welsh coastal path. Now, although it was once essential to industry in Kidwelly, the canal and the quay is now a thriving wildlife habitat, and the whole area is particularly rich in bird life, and it's recognised by the RSPB as well as being a site of special scientific interest. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, not many people are aware that Kidwelly's canal, known as Keimer's Canal, is actually the oldest in Wales. It was built in the late 18th century to transport coal, but it's also believed that this was the first purpose-built canal and railway system in the whole world. As with every one of Carmarthenshire's walking trails and paths, we all have a responsibility to preserve this area's natural beauty, and the path along the canal is a really special place. It's perfect for walkers of all abilities, for children, bikes, wheelchairs and buggies, and it is an exciting area for bird watchers where you might come across cormorants, swans, curlews, redshanks, sandpipers, or if you're lucky, one of the rare birds that have made this canal their home. And on a day like this, well, it doesn't get any better. So take your time, enjoy and appreciate your surroundings, and pretty soon you'll be back at the main road for the next stage of this wonderful walk. Peace and quiet, magical woodlands, abundant wildlife, and a fascinating place to be walking, and again, it's perfect for all the family, no matter what your walking ability. Now, Mynydd y Garreg is a beautiful part of the world, scattered with nuggets of human history, natural features, a rich industrial past, and inspiring views. And on this walk, you'll come across something very special to a lot of Welsh people. I've stopped here in Mynydd y Garreg because this is the monument to one of Wales's true sporting heroes. Now, many people, myself included, had the pleasure to know and to work with Ray Gravel, a true gentleman and a real character who loved this part of Wales where he made his home. So take 5 minutes if you can to sit around here, and if you listen carefully, you might hear a distant voice shouting, "West is best!" Yes, and west really is best on this walk, especially when the sun's shining. As I mentioned, Mynydd y Garreg has a rich industrial past, and I meet up with Ray Davis to tell me more. So Ray, by now we've reached the Kidwelly Industrial Museum. Tell me a little bit more about the history of industry in this area.
Well, the main industry in this area was actually on this site. It was a tin works, right. One of the largest ones in this area. It was here for at least 200 years, and then had to finish during the Second World War because they couldn't get the tin.
And apart from tin, what else was there?
Well, there were several quarries in the mountain Mynydd y Garreg behind us here, right. And they provided iron for the works here and silica for several brickworks, which were quite a few brickworks in the area.
Okay. By now, of course, there's nothing left.
No, very little industry at all.
So what do you think is the main business of this
area?
Well,
the main business is tourism and visitors coming to stay here.
And there's a great deal, obviously, to attract visitors and tourists to this part of the world.
Well, it's a very attractive part of the world. It's got a lot of history. There's lots of nice walks about the place, and we're not far from the beaches and the coast. So it's, there's a lot of people to attract people here.
Yeah, and you obviously enjoy it.
I do, indeed. I love it.
You love it. And then it's through more wooded areas, hidden paths and sun-drenched walkways. I arrive back at the castle again, and don't forget there are a variety of pubs and cafes and restaurants in and around Kidwelly. Download a colour map as well as the myriad of information about this walk and the whole area by going to the website. And that's it, we're back to where we started first thing this morning. Now, if you do come to Kidwelly, and you must come, then you might be lucky. You might come across one of the town's most famous residents, Hen Fenyw Fach Kidwelly, or the little old lady of Kidwelly. So Peggy.
Hen Fenyw Fach Kidwelly yn gwerthu losin di, yn rhifo deg am ddim ond 11 I mi. Wel, dyma'r newydd gorau daeth I mi, Wel, dyma'r newydd gorau daeth I mi, yn rhifo deg am ddim ond 11 I mi. Fa-la-la, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la-la-la, fa-la-la, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la-la-la.
Thank you very much. Well done, well done.